What is up, Impact Squad? In today's video, I am going to be debunking the notion that Black Panther and Storm relationship can't work. But before I begin this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, post a comment below, and let me know what you guys think about this. Okay. One of the reasonings why I'm doing this video is because I read this old article that Chris Claremont had talked about the relationship of Black Panther and Storm. And one of the things is he felt it was a bad idea because he felt that they were two strong characters and that he is no way to do it properly because the audience gets older, the writers get older, but the characters can't get older. He also felt like because of the fact that if you put Storm in a Black Panther book, will she become submissive to Black Panther? And then would you put Black Panther in an X-Men book, and then would T'Challa be submissive? So he felt like it wasn't working. It wouldn't work that way. And if you bring a child into the mix, it marks that the characters are aging, which I am in all total disagreements with. Most of what he said, I actually disagree because as a writer, even though the storybook, coming up with a story is easy, the hard part is execution. It is your job to execute the story and then make us like or believe that this can work. That is your job as the writer. Another reason I'm saying this is because there are ways around what he's talking about. For example, he talks about having a kid marks time. Well, this is why I'm saying it's disingenuous and it's kind of like bullshit. Because when you look at, let's say, Rachel Gray. Rachel Gray is from the future, and she is the future child of Cyclops and Jean Grey, who is now in the present. She went back into the past to see her parents, and I don't remember the reasoning why she went back into the past. She was in, I know she was in a dystopia future where mutants was getting persecuted. It wasn't the Age of Apocalypse timeline though. It was a different timeline, but it was similar, so that's why she got those marks on her face and stuff. But my point is that that's a future child. Why can't you do that with Black Panther and Storm? You can create a original character that may be from the future and bring them to the past. I don't understand what he's talking about. Another thing of why I'm saying that is disingenuous is because if people had read the Fantastic Four when Black Panther and Storm were together with, you know, Johnny and the Thing, those were some really good stories. Yeah, there were times where it appeared that Storm was submissive, but there were also times when T'Challa felt like he was submissive. At the end of the day, you have to balance that out. Because I know it's hard because it's like, okay, well, she's really an X-Men, so wouldn't she be dismissing her duties as the Queen of Wakanda? My retort to that would be that there's been times when T'Challa did the same thing. One of the reasonings that Shuri became the Queen of Wakanda was because the people lost faith in T'Challa. And that's why in Ta-Nehisi Coates' run, I should say, in his run, it all came ahead because the people knew he was a king, but they didn't believe in him because since he's been king, they had a whole bunch of catastrophic events that fell upon Wakanda. You had the Black Order invading Wakanda. You had Namor flooding Wakanda when he was part of the Phoenix Five. And that's another thing about that. Now that I'm talking about Namor and the Phoenix Five, the annulment itself was like dumb. You built up this relationship, and then you turn around and just take it away. So how it kind of like came about of, again, take away was the story arc Avengers versus X-Men. And the reason why the two groups clashed in the first place was because the Phoenix Force decided to come and take Hope Summers and bond with her, because the Phoenix at the time felt like Hope Summers was her child. And you know, the X-Men and the Avengers had a disagreement on how to handle Hope Summers. So as the Phoenix Force was on its way, Iron Man had this little machine that I don't remember. I think it was called the Destroyer or something. I 100% can't remember what it was called. But when he shot the Phoenix Force, it broke it into 5 different pieces that went into 5 different people: Namor, Emma Frost, Magic, Cyclops, and Colossus, which in course it became the Phoenix 5. And one of the things that Namor did is he ends up using his Phoenix power, and then he flooded Wakanda. After he flooded Wakanda, to save face, Black Panther ends up annulling the relationship with Storm. And it was just like, what? That's fucking dumb. Like, why? So, you know, reading that story, it was just like, man, this is dumb that they just annulled it out of nowhere. And the thing is, I want you guys to understand this, please, is that for people who said the relationship feels forced, or the people who feels like it can't work because it wasn't organic or anything, that's untrue, because they made it a point to build the relationship, and they gave you retcons and stuff. If anybody knows about retcons are this retroactive continuity, and it can either add to a story or make the story worse than it already was. But for the most part, it added some element in history to T'Challa and Storm. And what pisses me off the most is that people have a complaint about Black Panther Storm's relationship, but no one complains about what I think is the dumbest relationship, but yet no one bats an eye, and I'm going to forever harp on that, because it's a complete insult. But it's a comic book, so, you know, they feed us this stuff and we eat it up, but people be like, well, this feel forced, when I felt like this relationship is forced. And it's like, why is this relationship existing? This thing, and I'm talking about the Vision and Wanda's relationship. Vision has no sexual organs. He is a fucking android. And this thing has a child by Wanda. No one bats an eye to that. Everybody is cool with it. It actually has 2 kids, and it's actually 4, because it built its own new family, I think recently, or last year, I don't remember. But the fucking point is Wiccan and Pietro, or I fucking forgot the Quicksilver, the Quicksilver like kid is. This thing has 2 kids, and yet Storm and Black Panther can't have kids. There's plenty of stories you could do. You can bring the future child of Black Panther and Storm, and bring him in the past where he or she future was destroyed, so they came back in the past to get help from their parents, and now the kid is now a citizen of both Krakoa, the mutant nation, for all those who don't know, and Wakanda, because they're already giving us breadcrumbs that Krakoa and Wakanda is probably going to go to war at some point. They are giving us that. But another reason why I'm telling y'all they're feeding us some more bullshit is because when you look at the upcoming event, the Fantastic Four and the X-Men, Fantastic Four versus the X-Men, Franklin Richards is a mutant, and he's actually part of Krakoa, a citizen of Krakoa. But obviously the Fantastic Four ain't mutants, and they're like, nah, fuck that shit. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I said with the Black Panther and Storm Child, they can do that, and then you could create an original character, and you can make Black Panther and Storm child an Omega level mutant. Even though I know they would never do that shit, because they never do when it comes to black characters. They'll probably do what they did with Storm for years, act like she was a they would just be ambiguous on if she was an Omega level or not, so it left it up to us, the readers. So some people felt she was, some people felt she wasn't, but all in all, they would never do that. They'll find some weak ass way to making his power suck anyway. He or she's power suck. But I'm just saying, I just came up with a story that they could do when he said it marks time. And that's what I'm saying. You see how I came up with that idea? Because it's not that hard. For an idea like that, it's not that hard. Where you can put he or she and then, and then you could try to balance it to where they may spend time in Wakanda and they may spend some time in Krakoa. Or you could give them their own book, and then the issue with the book is that, not issue, but like the basis of it is what part or what citizen or what city or what nation does the child wants to be a part of, or does the child want to be he or she own person and learn about he or himself or herself. I mean, I'm just saying, y'all, I just hope that they actually do something like that. Because Black Panther and Storm relationship is really good. And I also want to point out that Ta-Nehisi Coates seems to be trying to rekindle it. But I just feel like they should have a child. I mean, I don't know. I mean, what you guys think? Let me know what you guys think. Because I'm just spitballing ideas. And just, like I said, it was just explaining why I think it could work. But you guys let me know what you think, and peace out.